Doing some quick audio checks, make sure everything is going to be set correctly for this evening. got just about 5 minutes left in practice before we start qualifying here. Say welcome to Green White Checkered TV, which tonight will be broadcasting the Area 51 Racing League Superspeedway series here at Daytona. All right. Qualifying is underway here at Daytona. Thank you again for joining us here at Green White Checker TV. Say we got the Cup Cars Area 51 Racing League Super Speedway Series tonight at Daytona. So this is going to be race number 8 of 12. Last week they were at Talladega. I said, I believe if I recall right, we had Raymond Rittenauer able to get pushed to the win by his teammate Gabe Butler in that one car. So tonight, though, so as you can see, though, we're going to go over our standings here as they enter this race. And saying you have Raymond Rittenauer actually with a 32-point lead over Gabe Butler. Matt Quick in the in the third position, I should say. Jim Brooks in the fourth position. Kevin Hash in the fifth position. And then rounding out the top 10, you have Timothy Wright, Jack Walls, Eric Laurie, Bud Steele, and Dwight Plush. So right now, Raymond's got a pretty good margin over that second spot with a 32-point lead. Obviously, a lot can change, especially at the plate races. Get involved in something that's not your fault. But again, here at Area 51 Racing League, they do have 2 faster pairs available to them should they need it. And then, of course, we have the up to 3 attempts of a green-white checkered finish here at Area 51 Racing League. So I want to thank you again for joining us here. So we've got about 3 more minutes left in qualifying. We'll see how many drivers actually say. It's going to be a mixed bag, I think, again, of who's going to want to actually put a lap down and who's going to just kind of want to start in the back and let things happen as they go. So we'll kind of wait and see how that all goes, and say once qualifying finishes up, we'll go over the starting grid and see if we can have a chat with our pole sitter. Alright, qualifying has completed here at Daytona. Looks like we got our points leader, Raymond Rittenauer, is going to be leading them off here this evening. So we'll go ahead and go through the starting grid real quick. Let me get everything up and running. Let's also pull in our pole sitter here at number 87 of Raymond Rittenauer. Say starting on the pole this evening, also leading the points. So it's a pretty good way to start off the night. Say able to get that pole position, number one pit stall as well. So say obviously I know you work well with your teammates. So what's the game plan here for you this evening?
I'll just try to stay up front here, stay out of trouble, and be there at the end. You got me?
All right, quick little interview there with our that 87 Dale will be around to the lead here as we go again. Pretty good gap between those two. Now they're starting to separate themselves out just that little bit from Gabe Butler in the third position. He's got Eric Roy right behind him. But again, I think right now, say there's 22 cars took the green here. Actually, looks like Andrew Schroeder. Actually, I'm sorry, it's Robert Lorenz. He's fallen way off the pack here. So he's going to be needing something to happen to try to get back in there. But as I said, a little bit of movement out too. With like between Matt Quick and Jack Wells, able to gather back up though. So you can see that top 10 or so all lost 2 by 2. So I was taking a look, kind of quite tall, almost looked like the back of that one car may have gotten a pretty big bump. I almost thought it looked like it was dented in a little bit. It might just be the angle it's throwing me off there of that one car. So we'll take a look from the 071 of Eric. See if maybe we can see something there. Actually, yeah, I think he may have given him a pretty big bump, or maybe too big of a bump. Because I even see the taillights are with the Focus logo. There's still a little bit of damage there as well. So I think he may have gotten a pretty big shot there. So that's gonna. I mean, I don't think it's gonna hurt the car at all, but you have to be careful. Gather back up. Yeah, you can definitely see a little bit of a crinkle to that one car and on the back bumper. So now unfortunately on the one car, looking back at Eric Laurie, if he has some nose damage to his car, that's cool. So yeah, that was a pretty big shot that he took there. So let's kind of keep an eye and see if that comes into play at all later on in this race. At this point, I don't think we'll see too much of the trouble. See, here comes that big push. Those cameras are sticking out a little too far. As you can actually see the engine of the Eric Laurie's car there. So they've completed 6 of the 75 laps to go. So 75 laps. We have 70 to go here. Again, most of the front those 2x2s. Eric Laurie got really close there to. So you gotta be careful not to hook that guy in front of you. Say they made me nervous, but I'm sure they probably felt like they were in complete control of everything there. So, but yeah, so right now you can see actually the top 8 now is staying at 25. You see it's kind of lagging back from them a little bit, probably just letting things settle out here until it's really time to go. But right now though, Raymond right now is just pretty much leading the way here. Actually looks like the 101 of Mark Billows is in the pits. Not sure what happened to him there, unfortunately. Of course, leaders are catching quickly on that 24 of Robert Lorenz, who does not have the drafting partner with him at this moment. So right now, of those 22 starters, you have 20 that are still on the lead lap, or sorry, 21 they're still on the lead lap, 20 in this lead pack right here. So I'd say right now you still got 20 cars that you definitely need attention for this. Of course, should anything happen, it'll definitely open the door for the 24 to get back into this race. But at this point, I think he's probably going to look at getting lapped here in the next 3 laps or so, because he's running about 5 seconds a lot slower than the leaders just because of the lack of the draft. Like that top line starting to make a charge here. You can see that Eric Laurie pushing that one car, Gabe Butler, side by side now with Raymond Rittenauer here for the lead as it comes through 3 and 4. Let's see if he's able to keep the momentum. So usually the top side will get a little bit of a momentum push on the exit. So we'll see if he's able to complete the pass at the line. It looked like 87 still had it there at that line there. So go give that lap lead still to 87 Raymond Rittenauer. I said they're going to start being a little bit careful now, because they'll be coming up on actually 2 lap cars. Looks like the 101 of Mark Billows is now back out from the pits, showing 2 laps down as they run. But they're going to look forward there. They're going to start seeing these cars come up in their relatives, and so that's going to be something they have to try to make sure that they give enough room. I'm assuming you'll see these lap cars go to the top side. But as I said though, again, right now that one's got a pretty good push from the 33. See if he's able to get a lap lead this time around. You see right here, it looks like he's just got the lead, but here comes that inside line. I think this time Gabe Butler just got the lead there by I'd say 100th of a second or so. Really close there after that. 24 of Robert Lorenz. Going through the back stretch here, looks like he's going to stay all the way up against the wall there. So it looks like they're able to clear him. The rest of the field here is running single file, so that's going to make it a lot easier for him to stay. So you always get a little nervous when you start coming up on lap traffic when you're 2x2, but they did a good job getting around there. So the next one's going to be that 101 of Mark Billows here. So they're now completed 11 of the 75 laps, got 65 to go. I believe the pit window is roughly in the low mid 20s, maybe around 22 to 25 range. Just depends on probably where you are on the track, if you're leading the group or not. So that's going to be critical, especially for right now that 1 and 87. They're of course using most fuel of anybody right now, just because of the fact that they've been up front this whole time. As you can see here, they come up on that 101. Again, you can see stays all the way up by the wall. There's plenty of room. Should be able to duck in there behind that 35 car pack. I was saying the deal Willoughby gets loose. Looks like he may have saved it there in the 7. Jump over to him here. As I said, he's actually still sliding through the grass. Keeps it straight. I think he got on the gas a little bit too much and that started sending him back around again. However, as you can see, there's nobody around him, so the caution does not come out there. Again, unfortunate for Gabe Willoughby there. He's had some bad luck these last few attempts that he's had. So it's going to actually put the outside line now in the front. So you've got now Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie, Raymond Rittenauer now into the 3rd position. And right now, it's pretty single filed out right now. Right now you can see that I believe that was Lieutenant Corey Lane trying to find a way somewhere to get back to the bottom. So at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody make a move to the top and try to lead the 2nd group. Just right now, though, nobody's taking that move as of yet. So right now, everybody's pretty spread out here. That way, we'll take a quick advantage here. Let's go ahead and look through the field here and see where your drivers are. So right now, currently leading this race, Eric Laurie. He's in the 4th position. Then you have Raymond Rittenauer, pole sitter, currently running in the 3rd position. And then Art Peck's made a really good charge here since the start of the race. Started in the 13th position, running in 4th. Behind him you have Kevin Hash in that 03. So he's running 5th. Matt Cook in the 89 car. Grumpy Catmobile says currently running in the 6th position. Started 5th, so right around where he started. So it's pretty much the same for most of these guys. Corey Lane currently running in the 7th position. And right behind him we have the 44 of Dwight Plush, running in the 8th position, and then the 7th right. And then rounding out the top 10 is the 88 of Michael Spell. So those are the top 10 at the moment. So we'll finish it up here because again we still have everybody's pretty much singled out right now. Again, this is probably the best time to go through all these. Then we have the 63, I believe it is, of Mark 68. I'm sorry, of Mark Brown. Showing in the 11th position, we've got the Wellington and Nathan Aldrich. Right behind him is the 76 of Jim Brooks. Behind Jim is Bud Steele in the 6th car, running 14th. And 15th is Jack Walls in the 83 car. You can see some of the guys are starting to dice it up a little bit here. There's not too much happening, but they're starting to move around, maybe try to find that where they need to be. Right behind them is the 45 of Paul Patterson. And Paul is the 84 of Andrew Schroeder. He's in the 17th spot right now. And behind Andrew is Bradley Allison in the 22 car. And then Diego Vasquez is in the 8th car in the 19th position. Right now, the last car in this draft. And of course we mentioned unfortunately for that 7 of Dale Willoughby, he's right now running all by himself here, still on the lead lap, but he's definitely going to need some luck for a caution to bring him back into the chances of this one. Right now 1 lap down is that 24 of Robert Lenz. See a little bit of left side damage to that car, so definitely had some contact somewhere earlier. And then we have the 101 of Mark Billows, who's right now showing 3 laps down. However, he is with the draft, so it's going to be critical for him not to lose any more track position. But as I said, right now, Sleep Group here is still running single file here. So I'll say we'll go back up to the front. I'll go quite for a little bit and let you guys listen to these cars as they go around here through Daytona, I should say. We're on lap 17 of 75. while we're doing this, let's now hop on board with the place car here, Corey, and saying this is pretty much this is all you see. You see pretty much spoiler, and then if you can duck out a little bit, you can see kind of where the turns are. But yeah, so for the most part, you're just going to see a whole lot of rear bumper of that car in front of you. So hopefully it's got a sponsor that you like. Hopefully not it's tempting for you to make yourself hungry or thirsty. It's like if right now here just craving some coffee, he's going to be hating following that home car Gabe Butler right now. So it's always one of those things that you're stuck behind somebody for so long. But so right now we're on lap 21 of 75. We got 55 to go. So say again, we talked about that pit strategy as well. So if they can stretch it to lap 25, that would open up the door for a two-stop race. However, if they can make it to 25, that could end up still being a three-stopper. Maybe one really short pit stop, or maybe splitting it a little bit as well to see. So we'll wait to see on that one as well. But you can see right now, though, again, which field's all running single file here. Right now, everybody's just pretty content to ride, just biding their time. Looks like the the 7 car was able to fall in line with the lead pack there, so that's going to keep Dale Willoughby in the draft, which is critical for him. And you can see right here, I mean, we've seen this in some of the cup races at Talladega, Daytona. Usually they were just cruising up against the wall on the top side. This time, actually, they're all running the bottom here. I think right now these guys are just going to kind of let things settle out, try to see if they can maybe make things happen during the pit cycle. We saw that was actually how Raymond Rittenauer and Gabe Butler were able to get to the front there last week at Talladega, as they just nailed their pit stops, and that was able to keep them out in front, and then kind of stay away from the field and put it between the two of them for the win there. Hop over to that number 80 at Diego Vasquez. So he's running right now, running at the tail end of this drafting group. I say again, as long as he's in the draft, I mean, that's all that matters. He just needs to make sure he doesn't lose the draft here. Which right now I think he's in a good position. So he's still within a couple tenths of that car in front of him. He's only about 3 seconds off the lead. And so, I mean, again, should something happen in front, he's definitely got plenty of room to react to it and not be involved in the incident. As you can see right there, with all the car in front of him, the 22 Bradley Allison. It's kind of the same boat. He's got a pretty good gap in front of him as well, so but still definitely within the draft. So it's just kind of a strategy for some of these guys right now, how they want to run things. I'm saying I think Diego's going with a cautious approach right now. I've always called it like the Dale Jarrett approach, where Dale Jarrett, you see him just kind of cruise around in these plate races until it's really go time. Then he start making his way towards the front. That first half or so of the race, and then he really kind of show what he had in the car. So we'll see if that's maybe the same time frame for Diego in that number 80 machine. So we're gonna hop back up front, because I think it's about pit stop time. You can see, Eric Laurie sent it really deep, and I'm not sure if he's gonna make the pit speed on or not. So it looks like the 87 and the 1 are okay. I'm pretty skeptical that Eric Laurie is gonna make it under speed there. So we'll jump over to his car right now. We'll kind of wait and see if he has a long stop here compared to the two around him. You see, it looks like the left side tires for that 1 car. So I'll say we'll see once the 1 takes off here if he's able to go with him or if he's got a hold penalty. And so you see he's still sitting there. So I'm thinking, unfortunately, it's probably going to be a 40-second stop and hold for that 1 car, or for the 33 of Eric Laurie. So you can see right now, here comes the rest of the field. So it looks like second group is on their way in here. You got Art Peck is in. He's also got Dwight Plush, Timothy Wright, Michael Speld, Mark Brown, Nathan Aldrich, Jim Brooks, Bud Steele, Paul Patterson, Andrew Schroeder, Bradley Allison, and Diego Vasquez. So pretty much most of the field this time is in. So now we got a few drivers that stayed out to go 1 extra lap here. And that's this group right here. You've got Kevin Hash, Matt Quick, Corey Lane, Jack Walls. Those 4 are all still staying out here. So I think you're going to have to see these guys come in right now. But I say they've stretched it 1 extra lap, and I mean that could be critical in this juncture of the race. Now they just got to make sure that they hit their pits here. Looked like pretty clean entry for those guys. We're going to jump back towards the front because here's those two. Again, we talked about the pit strategy that they were able to pull last week. Last week. And looks like they're in the same boat right here. You see that 87 pushing that one for all he's worth, trying to see if they can get him away from the field. Because right now they have separated themselves from the remainder of the group here. You see Eric Laurie. He's kind of by himself right there. And then next in line, he's got the 70. And I believe that's the 35. Yeah, it's 35 at Art Peck. So they're the next group, and then right behind them, I think I saw the 101 in that group. So we're going to see how these guys are able to get out compared to those leaders. Looks like Matt Quick is leading the field out of the pits here. And here comes that one and the 87. Looks like a good stop for these guys. They're going to, I think, be able to hang on to the draft of these two if they can get up to speed quickly. So you can see the momentum though. However, I think they're going to be able to grab onto the toe here. It's going to be a 4-car train, actually 5-car train when you include that car right in front there, which was the 24, I believe it was. Yeah, it's 24 right there of Robert Lorenz. He also made a pit stop. So it's going to cycle things through here to Gabe Butler in the lead, Raymond Rittenauer in second, Matt Quick fourth, and Kevin Hash round out the top 5. However, the critical thing here for Matt Quick and Kevin Hash was they were able to pit 2 laps later than the 1 and the 87, and that could be enough for them to be able to make it on the one more stop, whereas I believe that 1 and the 87 may not be able to stretch it that far on fuel. So you can see right now, here they come, they're going to grab this pad here. And so now the fight's going to be to try to catch the next, for these group here, to try to catch that group. I'll say, so the next couple laps, we're going to watch the lap times of this fight here. You have Dale Willoughby leading this charge on the inside line here with Jack Walls right behind him. You got the 101 of Mark Billows in that group as well. So we're going to see what they're able to do. That last time by, they were about 0.2 of a second quicker. However, I say that second group hadn't, the lead group hadn't completely formed yet. So I'll have to wait and see on that one. And then it looks like there's actually a third group right now as well with Mark Brown, Jim Brooks. I think they're kind of off by themselves right here. You can see, yeah, they're all solo here. So that 76 is going to have to try all he can to push the this 68 to that, close enough to the 35 or 70, I think it is now, of Art Peck. If they can catch their draft, they might have a chance to catch this group all the way to the city. So we'll jump back up front here to our race leaders. So here they are. Again, the one Gabe Butler, 87 Raymond Rittenauer, and then you got Matt Quick, Kevin Hash, and actually, as I said, you can see how fast this group was able to grab onto them, because here they come and with just a big charge here. So you're going to have now the whole field pretty much all back together. Unfortunately, looks like they got split out there. I'm not sure if that 68 and the 76 are going to be able to grab back into this toe here. But you can see here comes Dale Willoughby. He's going to use this momentum with that push with 83 Jack Walls. He's going to try to go on the top side here. This is this kind of deja vu, unfortunately, for Dale, where he was fast last week as well. Just didn't have the track position he needed because he had been put that lap down early, and so now he's working to try to be on the tail end of the lead lap here as they go through the backstretch. Again, Jack Walls giving him a huge push there. In that 7 car, looks like they're actually going to clear, and so that's going to put the 7 and Dale Willoughby here now on the tail end of the lead lap. It's going to move Jack Walls to the lead, and then so I think you're going to see the 1 and the 87 here pretty content, probably just a ride, because they need to try to save fuel to be able to try to make it on one more stop. So I think that's what you're going to see this time, is you're going to see these guys kind of just cruising, I feel like, and so I think we're going to see some more single file, especially in the top 5 or so. We'll have to wait and see what the rest of the group behind them, what they kind of decide to do. Still keeping an eye on that 68 and the 76. So that last time by, actually, they were the fastest cars on the track. So let me jump back to them. Oh man, they're really close. Looks like they're catching that 88 of Michael Spell. They go around him. I think they may have just done enough here. Yeah, looks like they're going to be able to get back into this draft as well. So really good drafting there by Jim Brooks there and Mark Brown. That's going to bring them back into contention here. They had to work extremely hard to get back to that place, but I mean that's critical just to even have a chance at it. So I think they're both saying they're probably going to save tires here, or I should say save fuel. There's not really much tire wear, obviously. Save fuel here, and then because I'm sure they had to work really hard to use a lot of fuel to get back to where they need to go. So I think right now you're going to see. I think lap 50 is going to be the critical number. If you can get to lap 50. 51 ideally, I think that's going to be what you need to see here. Looks like we got a second groove maybe trying to form it so you can see that 10 of Corey Lane. You got the 101 of Marco Billows up there as well as his RPEC. So right now it's just those three though. Everybody else, again, they're just pretty content running single file here. Unfortunately, it looks like that he lost the draft on that one. So he's sitting right now. He's actually showing 3 laps down. I'm not sure what happened to Michael, unfortunately. So right now, as they run, there are 14 cars on the lead lap. The 7 of Dale Willoughby is tail end of the lead lap in that 7 car. And then the first car down is Eric Laurie in the 071. We have Andrew Schroeder in the 84 and Nathan Aldrich in the 118. Those 3 are 1 lap down. And then 2 down you have the 24 of Robert Lorenz, 44 of Dwight Plesh, and then 3 down you have the 101 of Marco Billows and the 88 of Michael Spell. Unfortunately, it looks like the 80 of Diego Vasquez has retired from the race. Looks like something must have happened that I didn't see there. And then there is actually a second group now. Looks like that fell off the back of the draft there. You have the 22 here of Bradley Allison, Bud Steele, and so those 2 are working together, and there's 1 more with them. That's the 44 of Dwight Plush. And there's actually I was right. There's a 3rd group as well with the 45 of Paul Patterson. So he's with the 118 and the 84. Saying they're showing about 30 seconds. The first group is about 20 seconds off the lead. Second group's about 30 seconds off the lead. So I say they've at least got a 3-car train. So I mean that's going to help somewhat versus being solo, of course. So back up 40 laps to go here. I say going through the backstretch. Again, as I said, caution is out. I'm not sure. It looks like actually see that we'll be back on track here. Let's see if we can figure out where this yellow happened. I say it's great news for Dale Willoughby though. Oh, actually, it was that group we were just watching there. So you got the 84 and the 118. Take a look as they go through 3 and 4. I'm not sure if the 84 may have gotten just under the yellow line as they get really, yeah, you see right there, he touches the yellow line, gets the car really upset there. So just nowhere for that 118 to go. So say Andrew Schroeder, Nathan Aldrich, they make contact there. And so you can see right behind them, I think that was Paul Patterson trying to make it stay away from that one. You can see that 118 now just trying to keep this thing back pointed straight here. So one of those things kind of just get behind the steering is just impossible. Tags the outside wall extremely hard in that 118 car. Let's say it brings the yellow out. So you should be able to get a fast repair on that car though. Get him back in the running here. And then let's see, we're gonna stack these back up so you can see the 7 back on the lead lap here. I believe Lucky Dog's gonna go to the 071 of Eric Laurie. However, so it's gonna be pit stop time here. And so that's good, and now have all the leaders in here. We'll see what the strategy is, if it's going to be 2 tires lefts or rights, fuel only. And then say we're going to restart here with probably about 35 or so to go. So I feel like with that, you're going to see everybody can make it now in one stop for sure. So we'll have to see what the pit strategy is, if you want to split it or pit when the window's open or as late as possible. So we'll have to just wait and see here. You see a couple cars overshot their pit stall there. There goes the one. Gabe Butler is out. Jack Wall's right behind him. But you saw the 87 missed his pit a little bit, as did Matt Quick. So you can see here comes Jim Brooks, Bud Steele. You see the rest of the field all coming through here as Dale will be getting service to his car after getting back on the lead lap. He's going to take 4 tires, fill it up with fuel. And so here's some of the rest of the field coming on out. So we're going to let things cycle through here. I believe we're going to have the one of Gabe Butler as our race leader once everything cycles through. So it looks like definitely some 2-tire or fuel-only stops, especially for that top 3. And then also looks like for Jim Brooks, Bud Steele, they also took 2 tires. And I believe from the rest of the field, all took 4 tires under that yellow. So you have a couple drivers in the pits here now who were a lap down, which was Nathan Aldrich, Andrew Schroeder, and Robert Thorenz. Looks like you see that 88 of Michael Spell. He is going to stay out here to try to get back on the lead lap. I believe there's also the 44 of Dwight Plush. He's going to try to get one of his laps back. And actually, no, I apologize. That's going to put, let me see here. Trying to find that 88 car. I'm sorry, that'll actually put Michael Spell to 2 laps down, Dwight Plush to 1 lap down. So some of these guys were multiple laps down, so they're just trying to do what they can to minimize the damage here. Looks like the same plan here for that 101 of Mark Rebillis as well. So I got some strategy here for those guys to try to see if they can gain a lap back, and then just hope for kind of the caution strategy to kind of follow their way here. I'll say under this yellow though, this is the halfway point in the race. So say we've completed the 39 of the 75 laps. Was 38 75, so we've got 37 to go right now. Again, I think we're going to restart here with 35 to go. So planning if they want to split that in half, it's going to be around that 17-18 lap run before they would duck back into the pits. So again, I think you'll see probably some pit strategy on that front as well. Again, probably either 2 tires or fuel only. As I say, that looks like Matt Quick's going to top off here. So he's going to also go for maybe just that little less fuel, see what he can do. However, we're on the 1 to go. I'm going to put the front row here as the 1 of Gabe Butler. And then you have Raymond Rittenauer in 2nd, Jack Walls 3rd, Bud Steele in 4th, and Jim Brooks round out the top 5. I have a feeling some of those guys that you can see right now, these guys are actually running the apron here, trying to, I'm guessing at this point, just trying to save as much fuel as possible, even running the apron here on the 1 to go. So I'm sure you'll see them then come back up top here as they get to the back stretch, at least for the 87, I should say. But yeah, at this point though, I'm not sure, unless maybe they're really close to like one of the fuel windows. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see what the strategy there is there. I'm waiting for Raymond to move back up there. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. The top 3, I believe, are actually Gabe Butler, Jack Walls, and Raymond right now. So I had the top 3 mixed up there for 2nd and 3rd. Apologies. So I appreciate you joining us here from Argentina. It's really cool to have have international viewing, let's say, for us with Greenlight Checker TV and Area 51 Racing League. So yeah, definitely appreciate you coming on board here and watching the race. Hope you're enjoying it. Say we just passed the halfway mark here. We have 1 to go, so they're about to get back going here. There's gonna be 1 more pit stop to go in this one, and we're gonna restart here with 35 laps to go. Green flag is back out. You can see right there that one and the 87 get a pretty good start here. Definitely lined up on the bottom. Charles, it's good to see you as well. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm sure your teammates miss you. You need that extra help there in the pit strategy fronts. But right now, though, you see Bud Steele there in 4th position, Jim Brooks in 5th. You see right now, though, it looks like Bud's going to punt and try to give that 83 of Jack Wells a push here on the top side. You're going to see, I think you're going to see a lot of 2x2 racing one more time as they get going here. So I don't think you're going to see him kind of do that single file thing nearly as much as we did earlier in the race. Say right now, though, you can see that 1 and the 87 are working well together. The 6 has kind of lost the touch of the 83 of Jack Wells. So Bud's going to try to see if he can get back up there, I'm guessing, to give a shove. I thought he might try to drop to the bottom there, but it looks like he actually wants to stay up on this side here. But I said we've seen how stout that duo right now, the team I should say as well, with Raymond Rittenauer and Gabe Butler. Those two work really well together, as do their other teammates. So they're going to be a tough group to beat here tonight at Daytona. But you can see right now, though, Jack Wells getting another push there from Bud Steele here as they go through turns 3 and 4. Up to the outside of the 87 car. So now we'll wait and see what kind of momentum he's able to get. Again, we're still got plenty of time to go. Going to be coming around. Oh, as I say, that trouble there at a 76 around through the grass. So I couldn't tell. Actually, looks like it's Raymond Rittenauer as well. No yellows. They both went through the grass there. That's going to keep things green, unfortunately, for them. They, I'm sure, wanted to see a yellow on that one. So you see him trying to get back going here. So it's going to shake things up a little bit now. So you can see now Bud Steele to the bottom with Gabe Butler, Eric Laurie on Jack Wells on the top side with Kevin Hash behind him. So I'd like to try to see what happens there. I don't want to kind of miss anything that's happening up front. So we'll try to take a look if the caution comes out around 43 or something coming to 42. So if we get the opportunity, we'll definitely take a look, see what all happened there. But right now, though, so Raymond Rittenauer was able to get going a little quicker, so he's about a half a lap down, but right now the lead pack is actually not too far away from catching that 76 of Jim Brooks, put him a lap down. So that 76's goal, though, is going to be to try to see if he can tag on to the draft and see if he can stay the first car 1 lap down. However, there are 3 other cars sitting 1 lap down, so he's going to have his work cut out for him. Actually, as I said, it looks like he's going to enter the pits here and just not even get involved in those. They may have some damage if he had to get fixed as well. So unfortunate there for the 76 car. It's definitely going to hurt his chances here tonight here at Daytona. Mostly good for 2x2. Right now, Gabe Butler still holding. You got Jack Wells in the 3rd spot on the leading the top side. Right behind him again, you have Kevin Hash. Corey Lane is on the bottom as well, and you have Art Peck in the as the 3rd car in that top line right now. But you can see right now the bottom has definitely got more cars in there. They're a little bit tighter. Let's see a little bit on entry, able to keep it clean. So I'm sure there's a bit of a moment there for those guys. So we got 30 to go here, so probably a few more laps. I'd say 5 to 10 laps before you start seeing potential final pit stops. It's going to depend on who wants to try to pit win. Right now with the field all stuck together as they are, I feel like staying out longer is going to be better. Say 7 of Dale Willoughby, big slide. Oh, he's not able to save. He's going to get bumped and send him around, so they're going to bring the caution out there. So he's going to try to loop it around here. That was actually a really helpful break for that 76 of Jim Brooks, who just got was just about to get lapped again there. So I think I saw the 24 was involved as well as was the 45. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this one first and see what happened. And so you can see that 7 already on the inside. He may have just touched that white line. Not sure if he got any help or not. I'll try to take a look here as I go through 3 and 4. So we saw that earlier as well, as they just, unfortunately, just getting on that apron just is really bad. Yeah, like see right there, just touches that yellow line that just immediately sends him around. So he does a really good job of hanging on to us. He's doing all he can to keep it straight. So at that point, you're kind of just straddling that white, or it's not the white line, the double yellow line there. A really good heads up by Eric Laurie to stay off of him here. But you see he's just got like 3 big slides. And then he almost has a cut, just probably got a little bit too much right wheel in it, and that's what just loops him back around across the track in front of these guys. So Eric Laurie just able to miss him. Unfortunately, Paul Patterson was not, nor the 24 of Robert Thorenz. I say those two were involved as well. You can see the 45, or sorry, the 24. Here comes the 45 back up across the track. And saying, unfortunately for Diego Vasquez, he actually got back in the server and then just wound up having that happen to him as well. So, as I say, pit stops are underway here. Let's go ahead and try to jump over to that real quick here. See, let's say we got 28 to go. So I think we're going to definitely see some topping off on this pit stop here because it's going to be right on the edge. It looks like left side tires for that one. He's out and away. Looks like the 118 and Nathan Aldrich is going to get the free pass here. All right, so while this is all cycling through, let's go ahead and try to take a quick look. I'd like to see what happened to that. The 76. Let's go right here. You see, oh, actually, it was contact between the 83 and the 87. Is where all that started. Let's go back a little bit. You see Jack Walls kind of cutting in maybe a little bit of net code, but it looks like just, I kind of feel like it's maybe a side drafting attempt gone wrong. Say they got together there and just unfortunately 76 just nowhere to go, just throws him down into the grass there, as well as 87 Raymond Rittenauer. And say just nowhere for them to go. See, Raymond was able to get it pretty pointed quickly. So see he's in the pits right now here. Raymond was able to stay on the lead lap, I believe, so actually that's going to keep him here in contention as well. But I think we're going to see a lot of strategy here for drivers trying to try to get their laps back, though. So we're going to see right now, I believe we have at least 3. Let me jump over to them. So right now, I believe you see right here the 84 of Andrew Schroeder. You've got Dwight Pletch is in the pits as I speak. So you're going to see the 84 and the 76, it looks like Jim Brooks, and actually the 101 of Mark Robillis as well. Yeah, those 3 are going to stay out here, try to get the wave around. That'll put the 84 and the 76 back on the lead lap. It's actually going to put the 101 back to just 1 lap down to maybe get him back in contention to try to see if he can get the lucky dog and stay on the lead lap here. So I think you're going to see some drivers here top off on the 1 to go, so it's going to be really tight on fuel. Let's say we're on 27 to go. I think we're going to restart with about 25 to go. So say while that's all cycling through here, I'm going to step away for just a moment, and once we get the 1 to go, we'll get things squared away again. Looks like, yeah, it's like the 10 of art. Sorry, the 10 of where'd he go there? Corey Lane went to the inside. Looks like, and then Matt didn't realize it or didn't realize it as quick. I'm not sure. And then you can see those guys just behind trying to react to him and say pretty good heads up driving by a lot of these guys here to not make it any worse than that was. So as a whole, really not too bad there. Yeah, so this is definitely, yeah, so you can see the 45 just trying to hang on to at the very end there. Able to get it pointed straight, but so that's going to be actually a really good good break for a lot of these guys here on the fuel. So this is going to put everybody now good on fuel. So now it's just going to be an outright, probably just outright fight here to try to pull off this win this evening. We'll see if anybody decides to pit under this yellow or not. Huge beneficiaries of this were the 84 of Andrew Schroeder and the 76 of Jim Brooks. Again, they took those wave arounds. So that's going to put these guys back on the lead lap, and now they're also able to get up to cycle on their tires and fuel as well. And we'll see on the who gets the lucky dog here. Is I believe it's going to either go to Dwight Plesh or Mark Rebillis. We'll take a look at the 44 and the 101. I'm not sure if the 44 was involved or not, so we'll keep an eye. It looks like it is Dwight Plesh that's going to get that lucky dog. So that's going to put the 44 now back on the lead lap as well. He was, right now he's showing in the 18th position, so that's going to put 18 cars back on the lead lap. So unfortunately that 101 just not quite able to get where he needed to be. Actually, I think he pitted under that yellow, or on the restart, I should say. So he's actually going to be the only car one lap down. So should a yellow come out, he'll actually be pretty much the only car eligible as things run. Of course, we'll see if anything changes there. But that would put the 101 of Mark Rebillis back on the lead lap. So I think we're going to restart here with about 20 or so to go. So I'm going to step away while we run under yellow. Again, not a lot of pit strategy on this one. Pretty much most of the leaders all stayed out here. Just those that were either took wave rounds or already towards the back pitted and either topped off or took fuel. So we'll rejoin you all here once we get the one to go. on the one to go here. So again, race leader is Kevin Hash, Eric Rory in second. We have Gabe Butler in third, Bud Steele in the fourth position. Rounding out the top 5 is Jack Walls. And we've got 18 cars on the lead lap here. We got three cars that are a lap or more down. And we're going to restart here with 20 to go. Everybody's going to be good on fuel, so now it's just going to be an outright just dash to the finish here at Daytona. So I think you're going to definitely see some aggression pick up. Hopefully these guys have some fast repairs in their pockets, because I could definitely see them getting put to use now. It's just one of those things with plate races when everybody can make it on fuel, and then it's just outright speed. The race strategy definitely changes. Let's say when there's still a pit stop to go. Definitely some guys might have some different strategies on that one, but now it's just going to be get what you can and 68. Try to build that momentum back up again, but we had a couple close calls with a few drivers there that last lap there. So you can see right now that 87 is going to try to regroup here. So I think you're going to see, it looks like it's going to be Raymond Rittenauer, Matt Quick. I think they're going to be the drivers to try to make this top line happen here. So again, I mean, Raymond's kind of be somewhat careful thinking he is the points leader. He's got a pretty good margin on the lead, but at the same time, I'm sure he didn't get the points lead by just riding in the top 10 or so where he's at right now. He's been up front, he's been winning races, so that's a strategy that's gotten him to where he is at this point. So he's kind of probably taking a collective breath of fresh air here and then try to regroup here as they come through 3 and 4. Going to come around to 8 laps to go. So right now you can see right now it's still staying 2 by 2. Oh, as you say, here comes Raymond Rittenauer. He's going to actually jump to the bottom side. Oh, you see a little bit of contact there between Matt Quick. As you say, caution is out there. So I saw a little bit of contact between the 89 and the 22. Big slide there for the 89. So I think he's going to have a lot of cars involved in that one. Go back and take a look. I saw a little bit of a contact between the two of them there. Said again, not sure if it was net code or not, unfortunately. But if you watch that 89 car, pretty much the Grumpy Cat machine, you saw the 87 drop to the bottom, in front of the 22 actually. So we'll see where that all kind of led up to. Yeah, you can see they kind of wind up. Oh, that's a ton of net code there. And then Dale Willoughby, unfortunately, gets into the back of the 89 car. 76 actually gets a pretty big shot into the back of the 7 as well. And then just unfortunately behind them, just nowhere for these guys to go. You see Art Peck's in there, the 70. I think I saw the 44 as yeah, the 44 is in there. There's 88, the 118, the 84. Just yeah, that was just a big hit for all these guys here. So the question is going to be who all is going to need fast repairs on this one. And I'm looking through the smoke there, and this is critical here. If Mark Rebels is able to get through this without any incidents, he's going to sneak around that 35 car, stays on the track, doesn't get in the grass or anything. I think that might be enough to get that 101 here back onto the lead lap, which would be huge for him. Let's say we're going to restart. This will not be a green-white checker finish. We'll be restarting here probably with about 3 or 4 laps to go here. Right now our race leader is showing as Eric Laurie. So he was able to get far enough ahead of Kevin Hash to get the lead here. So now we're going to see, we were close on fuel for a lot of these drivers. So I'm curious to see if anybody's going to think about taking a splash of fuel just to make sure that they can make it through all the green-white checkers. Looks like the first taker is going to be Raymond Rittenauer. Nope, it looks like he faked out the cameraman on that one, which may or may not be myself. 22 is in, as is the 7 of Dale Willoughby. Nathan Aldrich is in, Dwight Plush, Matt Quick, Art Peck, Corey Lane, Timothy Wright. Those drivers are all in. I'm a little surprised to see the 76 of Jim Brooks not in. You can see the nose damage on that car. So here comes that 101. So yeah, so that's sure enough, that's gonna put Mark Rebellis here back on the lead lap. That's huge for him. But yeah, I'm a little surprised here that 76 though is staying out. Maybe he's either out of fast repairs or just wants to save it in case there's another caution here. I'm not sure. But I mean, again, as long as he's in the draft, I think he should be okay. And as long as he's got his motor. So let's actually take a look and see. I was hoping I could take a look and see his engine RPM, which right now I'm not able to get a good look at it. There we go. So the critical RPM is going to be at idle. These Cup cars should be idling right around 2,000 RPM, which right now you can see he's right around 28 or so because he doesn't have the motor shut off, or he's probably just in gear a little bit. You can see all these guys are on full fuel save mode. Like actually, if we jump to our leader here, actually, I'm surprised. I expected more of these cars to have their motors off completely. There's one right there. See Gabe Butler, they're showing 300 RPM. That's because that motor is off right now. You see he fires it back up. It's going to get a little bit of speed, and you're going to see him shut it right back off here. There it goes. So these guys are on full fuel save mode right now. So we're going to have to wait and see on that one. But again, still got... So we're going to restart again. Like I said, probably about 3 laps to go is going to be my guess. We're coming around here to 5 to go. And we have not got the 1 to go yet. So yeah, I'm going to say that we're going to be a 3-lap restart here. So basically, be a green, white checker finish if things stay under green. And yeah, right now everybody's saving every drop of fuel they can. However, of course, those that... Looks like the 89 of Matt Quick, he just took a splash of fuel in that 89 car. He had a 1.7 second pit stop. Right behind him, Dale Willoughby had a 7.1 second stop. I'm going to say that was fast repair plus a little bit of fuel, maybe a little more fuel than the 89 car. So I think, I'm going to wait for him to come around here and try to take a look at the back of that car. I think he did use one of those fast repairs because it looked clean. Yeah, so that's a fast repair on that 7 car. So yeah, so what we'll do is I'll step away here just for a moment before we get to the 1 to go. So again, we have 16 cars on the lead lap. Most recent addition is that 101 of Mark Billows, who I believe is either 2 or 3 laps down. So really good job by him to hang into it here and stay in contention and be able to put himself in the spot he needed to be to get that lap back. And of course, as you saw, get around that wreck too. You saw cars sliding everywhere, but he was able to pick his way through to be able to still get that lap back here. So right now our race leader is Eric Laurie. Kevin Hash is in second, Bud Steele third, Gabe Butler fourth, and Mark Brown rounds out the top 5. Alright, we're on the 1 to go here. So it looks like that 101 of Mark Billows is in the pits coming out now. He'll be able to rejoin the field without any problems. And right now it looks like the top 8 drivers stayed out under that yellow. All of them have between 25 to 20 laps on fuel. 25 being Eric Laurie and Kevin Hash, and then 23 for Bud Steele, Gabe Butler, Mark Brown, Jack Walls, Raymond Rittenauer, and then 20 for Jim Brooks. However, he does have a little bit of nose damage on that 76 car. And then from 9th place, Dale Willoughby on back. These drivers all have 2 tires, or sorry, they all pitted there and either had just a little bit more fuel or maybe 2 tires or 4 tires and fuel. The tire's probably not too critical here, but the fuel definitely is gonna be critical should we get more than one green-white checkered finish, which is obviously going to be a potential here with as aggressive as these guys are going to have to be here on this remainder of the race. However, pace car is just about to hop off here. It's going to put it into the hands of Eric Laurie, Kevin Hash, Bud Steele, Gabe Butler. Say wait for the green flag. It is out. You see right there, actually didn't get a very good start there. Unfortunately for Eric Laurie, I say that's going to be great news though for Kevin Hash here. We're going to see if he's able to clear him. He is. He's going to drop to the bottom. However, I'm not sure that's going to... We'll have to wait and see if that's going to be the winning move, because we've seen how good of a pusher Jack Walls is, and we know, obviously, that Gabe Butler is also very quick in that 1 car. So right now, though, Kevin Hash is going to have to hope for a huge push here from that 33 of Eric Laurie. So you see Bud Steele there, actually. He's going to jump to the top here. So that move to the bottom may not be what that needed to do here. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. So we're going to be coming around here for 2 laps remaining at Daytona. So right now, side by side here, the 03 and the 1 as they come through the stripe. So it looked like the 03 had it just barely there. So we got 2 laps remaining here. Pits there. Not sure maybe they had a pit penalty. That's super unfortunate for those guys. especially Mark Billows there spent the whole time getting his lap back just to have that happen. However, so you can see them starting to move around a little bit more. You have to be really careful. So we'll jump up top here and get a better view of everything as they come through 3 and 4, trying to see if they can make it to the white flag or not. Right now, though, that 03 actually, he's got a good push there from Eric Laurie, but now here's that top line starting to make a big push again. You got Jack Walls pushing Gabe Butler. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. And now this is going to be time you do not want to lose contact with these guys. You're going to push that car as hard as you can, even if that motor is getting hot here. Right now, though, Kevin just has enough. If he needs to block that top line, he could. However, I think he's going to be committed to the bottom side. Right now, you can see Eric Laurie here pushing that 03 as hard as he can. So you see that top line not really connected right now. As you say, you see him moving around a little bit. These guys, if they can get lined up a little better, that's gonna be really who's able to get the run here off of turn number 4. You see right now that one's got a big push as they're coming through the line. It's going to connect between the 1 and 3. It looks like Butler is going to get the win there with the big push there at the very end by Jack Walls. We're going to put Kevin Hash in the 3rd position there. So they tried to do all they could there. Just unfortunately, that top line was able to get the push that was needed to pull it off there. So jump over here to Jack Walls. So Jack Walls able to push. So actually, we'll go over to that previous lap here real quick as they come across the line. Because you can see the 03 had the momentum, or I should say had the position, but then as they were coming across, as they're coming across the line here, just that 83 was able to stay just locked on just that little bit better to the 1 car. Like you can see the distance right there between the 03 and the 33. And that was, I think, what really did there as they come across the line here. Right. Nope. Jumped the gun a little bit up. Too far, of course. Sorry, guys. So it's like I haven't done this before. But you can see right there, it's just about a full nose width there for the 1 car. So so let's go ahead and see if we can pull up our top 3 finishers here. So we'll start with the 83 of Jack Walls. Grabbing our 3rd place finisher here, Jack Walls. So able to pull off the 3rd place finish there. So you were locked onto the back bumper of that 1 car. And so it looked like you guys were able to make that top line work a little bit better there at the very end. But I guess just take us through that last restart. No, did I lose you, Jack?
I got you now. 10-4. You got me?
Gotcha, sir.
Yeah, no, that last restart, I was just going to stay on the back bumper and push all the way. If an opening came, I was going to take it. If not, I figured I'd do best, maybe finish in the top 3, just staying on Gabe's rear.
Yeah, so you were definitely pushing really well there at the very end. I felt like the 03 actually had it probably by the backstretch, but then you were able to really lock on to Gabe there at the last lap there and able to push him around there. Were you, I say obviously the whole pit strategy changed a bunch there as the cautions came out towards the end where it looked like it could be a fuel run. And then of course just became just outright speed at the end. So like you said, so you were just kind of committed to where you were unless something opened up for you?
Yeah, I thought I'd get the best finish staying where I was, unless I saw a little opening, but I didn't. And that last lap, my engine temperatures were overheating. I was up and around 288, and but I just kept the pedal to the metal and stayed on his bumper.
Well, I'd say I appreciate you doing that because you made me act like I know what I was talking about. So that's what I was mentioning. I was like, at this point, if these cars are running hot, they're still not going to be lifting. They're going to be going full tilt here because at this point, you just got to go with it there. So I say really good job though for you able to pull off that 3rd place. I want to give you especially want to thank you and Regal Cinemas for sponsoring the pole award for the Thursday Cup Series. So definitely want to give you opportunity here for thanks and shouts that you'd like to give for pulling off that third place tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Regal, for sponsoring the '83 car and all these races, and for their pole award on Thursday nights. It's a great thing that they do. And thanks to Charles and the rest of the admins in the league for putting on such a great league. I have lots of fun with these.
Nice. So you did a good job again tonight. I say congrats on that third place finish, and definitely look forward to catching you for some future interviews.
10-4. Thank you.
All right, so that's our third place finisher there, Jack Walls. I'll say we're going to grab our second place finisher, Kevin Hash. Pulling up that 0-3 of Kevin Hash. Just unfortunately didn't seem like you maybe just didn't quite get the push you needed there on the very last lap. Really almost just off of 3 and 4 really. Looked like there's maybe one moment where you could have maybe thought about jumping to the top side to jump in front of the one car. Did you have any thoughts about that, or were you pretty much committed to that double yellow line on the bottom?
Pretty much committed to the double yellow line on the bottom. With how big of a run, especially the high line gets out of the corners, I knew trying to jump up there would just probably kill me and Gabe, and I just didn't want to risk any of us really getting all of us up front. Had very good races, and I didn't want to risk any of us losing it over me making a bonehead move. So I just decided once I got to the bottom, I was just going to stay down there. And me and Lori gave it our best chance. I knew it was going to be a long shot trying to beat him to the line on the high side with Gabe and Jack both being on the high side, both really good drivers.
Yeah, I say it honestly, to me, it looked like you were in really great shape there until pretty much off of turns 3 and 4. I say they got a really good push and momentum there through the top side. But I mean, still, of course, a really great run for you. I say starting in the 7th position, working your way up to the lead for a while, and of course, just the way the pit cycles then, or should I say, the cautions kind of shook things up a little bit there. But yeah, so I mean, anything that stood out for you for this race though overall?
It was a little bit different than the normal races that I've, especially here lately, ran on super speedways. It seemed like the car wanted to dart more to the right, so I think that's the reason why everybody stayed single file for as long as they did. I thought that was pretty neat. You don't really see that as often on iRacing as you do in the real world. Everybody kind of staying in the single file line, running laps off, and me and Matt Quick had a plan there, saving some fuel behind them, and fortunately that one didn't work out, but it was still definitely a fun run to the finish. It definitely was a blast up there racing with those guys, and I got to thank Eric for pushing me there and giving me the best chance I had. We were 0.016 off, so I mean, especially being on the bottom at Daytona out of turn 4 like that, I knew it was going to be a long shot, but to get that close, I definitely can't be upset at that.
Well, I was saying, you kind of got part of what I was going to ask you about too right afterwards. I'll say, but again, yeah, really good run. So yeah, just wanted to give you opportunity for any thanks and shouts you'd like to give for that second place finish you had tonight.
Yeah, just Eric, everybody over here for putting the league on, you guys for broadcasting, and whole team, everybody I work with. We some of the best drivers I've ever got to race with, and I'm very fortunate to be grouped up with them and just having a blast every Sunday.
Yeah, so great run. Saying, hopefully you'll be on. Maybe you can get the top side next week and pull off the win there.
Oh yeah, we'll see what we can do.
All right, so our second place finisher there, Kevin Hash, almost got to where he needed to, just not quite, but still, again, a really great run for him. And so now let's go ahead and jump over to our race winner. So I believe he pushed the Raymond Rittenauer to the win last week, so he's able to get one for himself this week. So we're going to pull up that number 1 of Gabe Butler, able to get the win tonight. I say, if I'm not mistaken, you were the pusher last week, so this week you get to be the pushy and pull off the win here tonight at Daytona. Let's say, definitely had your work cut out for you getting around that 0-3 of Kevin Hash, but you got a really good push at the end there by the 83 of Jack Walls. Take us through your race and, of course, those final laps.
Yeah, I got lucky there. Jack was glued to my bumper, and I was able to get around Kevin there at the end. But try to stay up front at Daytona. I mean, track position is key at this track, and if you get stuck back in the pack, you're just asking for trouble. So the goal is to try and stay up in the first, 3 or 4 cars if you can. I can't hear you if you're
Oh,
talking.
I'm sorry. Yes, I think my stuff may have acted up. Apologize for that. I'll say so. Yeah. So for that last restart there, when you were on the high side there, was that pretty much what you were hoping for?
Yeah, pretty much. I was able to get Kevin around to the front, and Eric might have got a slow start there on the restart, so we got a good shot on the high side, and then it's just a matter of trying to control it from there. And I got a great push from Jack. He was glued to my bumper, so he was able to get me to win.
Like I said last week, you were the pusher. This week you're able to bring it home with the win. So I think gained a little bit of points as well. So I don't know that they are offhand right now, but able to gain some on Raymond, who finished 8th tonight. So that'll obviously help close the gap a little bit. But yeah, just definitely want to give you an opportunity here for any thanks. Shout outs to like to give for getting that win this evening.
Well, again, big thank you to Jack Wallace there for the push at the end, and of course my teammates. We all try and work together. Kevin Hash, Eric Laurie, Matt Quick, Raymond Rittenhour, and Dale Willoughby. Without those guys, again, I say it every week. You're nothing at a plate track, and of course, Area 51 for running the league, and yourself for doing a great broadcast as usual.
I'll say I appreciate it. Yeah, congrats again on the win. Say look forward to catching you on some future interviews, but definitely enjoy this one tonight.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
All right, so that's our race winner there.
There's gonna be another stop.
Oops. Moved the wrong person there. Sorry about that. Moved the wrong driver there. So that's our race winner there, Gabe Butler in the 1 car. So I'll say while we do that, let's and take care.